and welcome to Super Nerd UK. What have we got on tonight?
We've got Biggs and Tiggs have asked us another question after they asked us about our computer games best and worst.
Great.
Today they've asked us about what's our best and worst reboots or remakes.
Reboots or remakes. Okay, so we've got a few down, I think, that we're going to talk about.
We've got 5 worst, 5 best.
5.
Not in any particular order, we'll just go
Okay.
through them. So we'll start with the worst because we tend to do pretty well with them.
Okay.
So our first one is...
What's our first one?
Psycho.
Psycho, the remake of Psycho.
Absolutely pointless.
What was the point? Yeah. Why?
Just one infamous scene put in, which is not even really a scene. It's like 60 seconds long. Didn't need to be there.
No. And the fact that they redid it shot for shot, it's like someone went, you know what? I'd love to see this film in colour. Let's just remake it.
Rather than just decolorise everything like they did in the 90s. I know it looked awful, but we might as well have just done that, mightn't we?
Yeah, I suppose so. But I mean, that would have wrecked it anyway. It's like It's a Wonderful Life. They put colour on that, and what was the point in that?
Sure.
It doesn't change the film apart from making it look like someone's crayoned it in.
The Lola Nardi ones are the worst.
Yeah, they haven't done them, have they?
They've done them years ago.
I'm not a big fan of Lauren Hardy, but still, I wouldn't.
The classics Lola Nardis, but it looks like someone's gone over them with chalk. That's how bad it looks. Like someone's, and
why? You
can just tell as well that the colours they're wearing, it's as if they weren't wearing them colours. They just thought,
so they look wrong as well.
Yeah, it's just they've gone, just make his coat green. It was white, but we'll make it green anyway.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it looked absolutely awful. But we digress. Psycho remake.
Remake.
Pointless, shot for shot.
Yeah.
Didn't need to be done.
I mean, it's like getting Hitchcock and getting a pie and going in his face. And then going, no, that's rubbish.
No, didn't need to be done.
Yeah, let's remake The Birds. Let's remake Vertigo. Let's remake, every other Hitchcock film.
Don't suggest.
Although actually they had done one, haven't they? They did Christopher Reeve with...
It was Rear Window, but it wasn't even called Rear Window though, was it? It was called something else.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, was it? But it was Rear Window
anyway. It was pretty much Rear Window.
Yeah. That's one of my favourites actually.
Yeah. That's a good film though.
Yeah.
But that was a good...
That worked because they changed it though, they didn't do a shot for shot, did they?
No, this was like shot for shot. You could literally put both films together and
just
everything's exactly the same, apart from the one scene.
Apart from that one scene. I bet you the guy editing the film thought, this will be easy. just put Psycho up and I'll copy that. Anyway, okay, let's go to the next one.
The next one is Clash of the Titans.
Oh man, I went to the cinema to see this one. I can't say I was more disappointed. Awful film. I don't think I've seen it since, to be honest with you.
I watched that one and then I don't know why, but I got the inclination and I watched the second one as well, which is even worse.
I've not seen the second one, I didn't bother,
It's even worse, if that was possible.
How can it be worse, no?
And you know what, it's the surprising thing is I thought it was going to be good because it was by the two...
Was it a different director, was it?
No, the first Clash of the Titans I thought was going to be good because it was by the director that done I think it was Louis Leterrier, I think that's how you pronounce his name, who had done The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton, which I really enjoyed. I thought that was a really good film. So when he was doing Clash of the Titans, I thought, great.
It's a winner.
And I watched it and I was like, what?
What happened to the script? What happened to the film?
It was just another one to show off special effects again, wasn't it?
There's a big scorpion scene, just didn't work for me. It was
pretty much just the desert scene in Transformers.
Yeah. So if you've not seen it, consider yourself lucky. And if you want to see Clash of the Titans, get the original version.
Yeah, just go with the original.
Yeah, the effects are better.
We say that with most things, but this is definitely one where just stick with the original. The original's always there, you don't need to see this one.
Yeah.
It was pretty much just a vehicle for, what's his name, wasn't it, for Avatar?
I suppose so, yeah.
That's why it was made.
The fact that they got a sequel out of it astonishes me.
Well, he sort of disappeared.
How did they do that? Because it got slated critically, didn't it?
He sort of disappeared off the face of the earth now, hasn't he? Well, that's because he's locked somewhere doing the next 4 bloody Avatar films, isn't he?
Oh, James Cameron?
No, the actor.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, they're doing it back to back, aren't they?
Yeah, they're doing the 2, 3 and 4 now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Or 2, 4, 5.
Digress again. What was our next one?
The next one is Total Recall, which I turned off after 20 minutes.
Really?
I hate it.
Oh, right. That's actually on Netflix at the moment as well, so you can check it out if you really want to. I didn't mind it that much. I didn't like the ending though. So obviously you haven't seen it, but the ending, I was very. It kind of built up a little bit and then didn't, and then died off, and then built up again and then died off, and then got to the end and it was like, oh, okay.
How can you have a Total Recall on Mars?
Let's just have another part. You know what? I'm thinking of the wrong film. my head's just gone. Hang on a minute. You're thinking of the wrong film. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Let's rewind. Back in. Total Recall.
How can you have a Total Recall without Mars?
Without Arnie.
Well, no, well, in fact.
And then again, but
He wasn't very good, was he?
Well, I suppose it was like get ready for a surprise, wasn't it?
Yeah, I could not deal with.
It's one of Arnie's best films, though, I think.
No, Arnie was good. I meant Colin
Farrell.
He was awful in it.
Yeah, the
so
actor and the writing just didn't seem to work. You must need a really strong director for him, because he does do well in other films.
And we all know fighting and gun work and stuff like that. We all know that's choreographed, but at least try not to make it look choreographed.
Yeah.
I think I just turned it off just after. No, I think I turned it off when he ended up in the car with Jessica Biel. Is it Jessica Biel?
Oh, was the car chase?
Yeah,
where they go like under the road.
Yeah, I turned it off then. I was like, oh, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, that was just put in for effect's sake, really.
This isn't Total Recall, so I just turned it off. But
the bit I did like actually was the look of the city, where it kind of gave a sort of a Blade Runner look feel to it.
I think that's what it's gone for.
That was the only thing I liked about it, really. The storyline and the way it all worked didn't work for me, especially when they go through the middle of the earth. Or where does he go to Australia? Is that what it is?
Probably turned it off.
I've only seen it once, so I can't remember all of it in as much detail as it was. But I remember like they go through the planet's core down this massive elevator, and then they come out on the other end where I think it's Australia or something like, or China, maybe it's China.
They go through the Earth's core.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
So they don't melt.
No, what happens is they go through it, and then the gravity goes for a minute because they go
alright.
Zero gravity, and then it comes back again.
I'm so down. Glad I turned this off.
It's a remake that again. Get the original Total Recall, even though it's different from the book that it was based on. Still an enjoyable, great film. Paul Verhoeven did a good job doing it.
Well, you know what? People are going, get some original ideas. You don't even have to have original ideas. How many books is there that they haven't made films out of? Get a story, make it.
There are plenty of films being made that are original. Remakes just seem to get a bad press now because you hear about them more, and it's kind of more mediated.
In general,
the media picks up on it more.
The Pooh. I mean, let's be honest, we're doing it.
Yeah, well, we're going to do a few good ones.
We probably struggled to get the.
We did struggle a bit, didn't we? When we were thinking about it. Yeah.
Compared to what we've done with the ones we didn't like.
Yeah. Moving on.
The next one is Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes.
Oh. Now that was a major disappointment. I really enjoyed the very first Planet of the Apes.
I think that started Tim Burton's.
It did.
Downwards.
It did. That was
the point of Tim Burton's decline for me.
And it's still going.
I mean, you get some people that say
he's on roller skates now.
You get some people, don't you, that say Mars Attacks was, but I like Mars Attacks.
That was one of those.
It was made tongue in cheek.
Yeah,
and it was like, you know what I mean? But
you don't go expecting a classic for that one.
I went into Planet of the Apes and the trailers, it looked really good.
Yeah, the effects looked amazing. The way they did the monkey and gorillas and stuff.
But then you look at Tim Roth's makeup, and Tim Roth, he looks fantastic as a chimp, doesn't he? When all the prosthetics and he looks great.
Yeah.
And then you look at Helena Bonham Carter, or Helena Bonham Carter, whatever her name is.
Oh, yeah.
She looks like she's going to a fancy dress party compared to him.
Yeah. Wasn't there an awkward scene in it as well with the kissing scene or something?
Why is that then? I thought Michael Clark Duncan's makeup was great. I thought.
Yeah, I mean, did they get nominated for anything? I don't know if they got any awards or not, but I mean the effects were very good.
Yeah.
But the storyline and the way it all happened and the way it ended.
Mark Wahlberg was just wooden as ever, wasn't he?
Yeah. What is it with that line?
I still don't think Mark.
He's been in some good stuff, but
he's very limited amount. I still think Mark Wahlberg is better as a secondary character in a film. He's not the best at carrying a film. He's not the best at being the main man in the film. Like, have you seen Pain and Gain yet?
No.
He's like the main star of it, but it's The Rock that takes that film. He takes that.
What do you think of some films where, I mean, there's one where he is kind of the main guy, but there's so many other cast in it that it really works, like Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
You know, that really works because he bounces from the characters really well.
Yeah.
And then there's what's the one with George Clooney? Three Kings again.
Yeah.
Quite a strong cast again, and he's a secondary character in that.
He needs a strong cast back. I mean, every time I think of Mark Wahlberg, I think of The Happening.
Yeah. Although Shooter is one where he is the main guy in it, and that's not a bad film.
It was okay.
Yeah, it's watchable, and I actually own it somewhere. I think I bought it on a whim. But yeah, it's one of early times of Blu-ray. There wasn't much choice to buy stuff, and so that was one I bought.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
It's not bad.
Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes.
Bloody awful.
It's just and that
that's my review of it. Bloody awful.
Yeah, it's just like, what were you thinking, really, isn't it?
And like I said, it was such a disappointment because at the time I was a massive Tim Burton fan, and I was looking forward to every film he made. Yeah. But then he made that, and that was the massive decline.
What year was that out? You remember? It was quite early in the noughties, wasn't it? Because I remember, I think it was not long after we finished college.
It was about 2000, 2001, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, it wasn't much later than that.
Yeah, because Tim Burton was doing pretty well until then.
Yeah, because I remember it was getting made. There was talk about it getting made when it was in production when I was like 18.
I was really looking forward to it.
So I'm sort of 2000, 2001.
Yeah. Well, correct us if you know we're wrong or whatever. I can't be bothered looking up because it takes. Okay, so moving on.
So our final one is the latest remake of RoboCop.
Yes, that was what I was thinking of before when you said Total Recall. Although the same sort of applies for that. The ending.
It just wasn't RoboCop.
Yeah. You've seen all of that, I take it?
Yeah, I've seen all that.
Yeah. That's on Netflix at the moment as well. This is one where the logic again goes wrong for me. The logic of the people in the plot line, because what happens is they stop his wife from seeing him for some reason. At that point, he's doing really well. He's catching criminals. He's doing his job basically. Although he is looking into his own past and his own accident of how he got killed, but for some reason, even though it doesn't affect Michael Keaton's character, he decides to go, let's stop his wife from seeing him, and then just make him more robot-like.
One of the reasons I carried on watching it, even when I put it on the watch thing, and I didn't turn it off the top because I'm a big Michael Keaton fan. I'm so made up. The Birdman's been made, and it looks like it could be his second chance, like his John Travolta moment from Pulp Fiction. This could be Michael Keaton. I love him. I absolutely love Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
I've always seen him as like a younger version of Jack Nicholson. That's how good I think
he's a
that's why I kept watching it, because Michael Keaton was in it. I'm a massive fan.
It was one of the best things in it. Really.
It just wasn't RoboCop for me. RoboCop, it's a violent thing.
Yeah.
There was nothing like that.
Again, that's based on a book as well. But it's the Paul Verhoeven again. His version of it is a really cult film now and loved by loads. Even though you think making a remake of it, you could think, yeah, okay, I can understand that, because back then the effects were a little bit.
Yeah, but people talk about the violence in the first one, in the original, and people forget it's a really clever satirical film. Yeah. And you know what? You watch it today, they're still very relevant today. Yeah. Very relevant
today.
So yeah, the new RoboCop. Just watch the original.
It's an average at best, I think. It doesn't do any. It's like, it's okay.
What it does is it makes you want to watch the original.
It does actually. Yeah.
It's like, that's finished. I
just thought the ending killed. The ending. I just didn't like the ending at all.
I can't remember it, and that
probably says it all for you.
When you don't remember the end of a film, that's perfect. What wasn't a top recall. I watched it to the end. Just can't remember what happened at the end of it.
So on that note, we'll go for something better. Yeah.
So let's be more upbeat now. Here's our This is there's the reboots and the remakes that we like.
Here's yeah. Okay, what you said.
So the first one's Dread.
Dread, 3D or Dread, depending on how you look at it.
I've never seen it in 3D.
Yeah.
I wasn't impressed by the marketing campaign at first.
No,
I think it really hurt it.
It suffered big time because of the marketing. The trailer did not help it at all. It
looked awful, didn't it?
Yeah.
It made the film look awful.
Knowing that there was another Dread movie coming out made me want to see it, because Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone
was awful.
It's a kind of a guilty pleasure for me. I can watch it, but it is a terrible. It's not Judge Dredd, put it that way. It's just
takes his helmet off.
No, it's just an action film with Sylvester Stallone in and a stupid sidekick. It's not just Dredd, but the Dredd that we have now is more like the comic book Dredd.
And the disappointing thing is because of the marketing campaign and how it hurt it financially, it doesn't look like we're going to get a sequel.
Oh, I've heard rumours there might be another one.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
If you've not seen it, because apparently not a ton of people have seen it, go and watch Dredd. Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
To be honest, it's quite cheap to buy on Blu-ray and in 3D. And it's excellent in 3D. It's one of those films that works with 3D, especially when they use this drug called the slow-mo drug. It really does work. There's a bit where a guy gets shot and the bullet, it's all in slow motion. It's quite graphic, and goes to his face and out his cheek.
Yeah.
And you can see like teeth and a bit of his bone flying out. It looks brilliant in 3D.
But the performances in it are pretty good as well.
Yeah.
For the comic book film, normally they're very comic-y and campy, and they're not. It's very
I should have seen who played the bad
Ina
girl.
Headley.
Yeah, fantastic bad character. She does a really good job.
And I didn't think she could do
and
it.
You think, man, she's twisted.
Yeah.
She is really gone. Casting is fantastic in the whole thing, and the storyline is a very simple storyline. You all get trapped in this giant city block.
It's much like the Raid, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Raid.
And everyone is after them because this bad girl is control of the whole block, and she just basically puts a bounty on their heads.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's a great story. It's a great action.
I'd go as far as to say it's the original RoboCop of modern day.
It is very RoboCop-like in its feel. Yeah, you're right. I think a vibe of RoboCop.
It's like RoboCop's gone into the Raid.
Yeah.
And it makes his way up this tower block, and it's such a simple story, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's delivered so well.
Yeah. So the marketing did it no justice whatsoever, but definitely give it a watch. I would thoroughly recommend that film. Next one.
The next one is King Kong.
Jack Black and
Colin Hanks.
And directed by.
I could not tell you.
Lord of the Rings man.
Oh yeah, Peter Jackson.
Oh,
no, I'll tell you that. Yeah. Peter Jackson, I can't tell you.
Yeah. Okay, now there's an extended version of it which I've not seen. I own the original cut, theatrical cut of it, which again, it's long enough probably already with that version.
I think I've got the extended on.
Right. Okay.
Choice of both on either film.
Okay.
On my disc, but no, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Was it Oscar-winning film? No, but it was a local film. It was as good, I would say, as the ones that were made before it. It was definitely as good as the one with Jeff Bridges in it. It's Jessica Lange.
Yeah, it's faithful to the 1933 version. I think the way it's done. I think he based a lot of his direction from that film. Excuse me. And there's one bit in it where the effects don't work at all. There's a stampede of giant dinosaurs going through this valley of rock.
We're going to say through the tree then.
No, basically it's just these giant dinosaurs running through, and I think, I can't remember exactly what happens now, one of them ends up falling over or getting knocked over or something, and Jack Black, his character, is on top of one of the dinosaurs somehow and then slides off its foot onto the ground, and the way it's done, you can so tell he goes off a piece of wood and then onto a glue mat because the way the leg is not the same way he falls. So basically, if that's, try and get this on camera for you, if that's the leg there that falls off, and jet black is this thing here. Oops, sorry. He goes like that, and there's a gap between his body and the foot.
Right.
So it's kind of straight and then down, rather than just sort of bumpy and then off. It was me just niggling. But the rest of the film's fantastic. Though the effects are really good. You know, Weta did a great job with a lot of it. And
I thought the actual character of King Kong was great. Andy Serkis again.
Andy Serkis, phenomenal. Every time, really.
Just put him in a green suit with ping pong balls on. He's on his Oscar movie.
Yeah. But yeah, it's an enjoyable film. It keeps faithful to the original, and it's definitely worth a watch. And if you have the extended version,
and I'm looking forward to the remake, or whatever they call it, Skull Island they call it now, aren't they?
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that looks pretty good. Looking forward to that.
Great. Next one.
Next one is Rise of Planet of the Apes.
Yes, and we've had the two of them now as well, and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes as well, which are excellent films.
Both are fantastic.
Like the second one is probably better than the first one.
Yeah. Dawn, is that Dawn?
Dawn of the Planet, you've got Rise of the Planet of the Apes and then Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I'm really looking forward to the next one.
Andy Serkis again.
Andy Serkis, yeah, just knocks it out of the park every time. He seems to always up his game. But the performance is fantastic, the effects, again, are superb. And you kind of believe the characters and what's happening, you know, the way they portray the speech as well.
I can't think of the actor's name now, but the actor who does the capture and the actor for Cobra as well is just as good, if not better than Andy Serkis. He's absolutely fantastic. The one who plays the villain ape in there, absolutely brilliant he is. I thought he was really, really good. There's humour in it, action in it.
Yeah. There's a lot of sadness actually.
Yeah. And there are times, you know a film is good when you're watching a film and it's human beings versus another creature or another animal, and you want the other animal to defeat the humans.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Well, yeah, I know what you mean.
Because mainly there's better apes than humans in there. There's more good apes than there are good humans, I would say. I mean, there's like three humans in there that you go, yeah, I wouldn't mind them surviving. And I think that's what the director wanted.
But it's again the plot line and the twists are fairly simple.
Yeah.
But the way it's portrayed, and the way
it's delivered.
Yeah, it's almost Shakespearean in a way.
Yeah, it is.
I've
never thought of it that way, but yeah, spot on.
The kind of the storyline, the way they twist each other. But if you've not seen them, really recommend you see them. And don't think it's just apes again or anything like that.
Oh, no.
Don't let the Tim Burton version fool you. This one's definitely worth watching.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Yeah. And the best compliment I can pay to that film is you forget that they're apes.
Yeah. I mean, you forget you're looking at special effects as well.
Yeah, you know, they're just characters, they're not apes, they're just characters. That's how it's just these characters versus them characters, and that's how
it's very strong performance throughout.
So Rise and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Go out and see it, who's not seen it, fantastic.
Next one
is The Mummy.
This is obviously a tongue-in-cheek, isn't it?
Tongue-in-cheek, popcorn, couple of beers type film.
Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed it, going to the cinema to see it, and had a good laugh watching it. The sequel wasn't quite as good, but the first one's definitely...
I love the special effects of The Rock with his ups though.
That's awful. Yeah, that's one of our worst ones. Should have used a practical effect for that.
That was just terrible. That wasn't even PlayStation 1 graphics, that was awful. We'll have to put a picture of that up, by the way.
Yes, it should be hard to find. But yeah, the first one's a great, sort of family watch, I guess, and a bit of fun, popcorn flick.
Special effects in them.
Pretty good.
Yeah, really good.
Did well. Does what it needs to do, no more, no less. And it's an entertaining, good action film.
The Mummy, I liked it.
Yeah.
It's one of my wife's favourite films. Actually.
Oh really?
Yeah. Absolutely love it. What's that last one?
Our last one is
The Thing.
The Thing.
John Carpenter's The Thing, which then got remade again.
Yeah.
20 years later, which was awful.
I haven't seen the remake.
Don't. You
No.
don't need to.
No.
But John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
If you're looking for an argument for CGI versus practical effects, the practical effects in that are absolutely outstanding.
They did put a lot of effort into it. Yeah. In fact, if you get the Blu-ray or the DVD, there's tons of extra features to look at, and they do go into real depth of how they did a lot of the effects, and superb detail they went into with some of it.
It's a genuinely scary film.
Yeah, it's a really good film.
It is a scary film. There's jumpy moments in it. There's moments where they build up the fear and you know what's coming.
And the ending is fantastic.
I love John Carpenter though. I think he's a pretty underrated actor. Love Halloween. Love Starman with Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
Love The Thing. Big Trouble in Little China. He made one in the mid to late 90s called Vampires, which I know not many people like, but I liked it with John Woods in it. Thought that was a good film as well.
They Live.
Yeah.
They Live, one of my favourite films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's where the line, I came here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
I've still not seen it.
Have you not seen it? Oh, Ian.
I've still not seen it.
Great film.
WWE fan who's not seen Roddy Piper playing the part of the film. But yeah, absolutely love The Thing, and I can't watch it in the dark.
Really?
I like horror films. It's what I can't watch. It makes me jump too much, even though I know what's coming.
Alright.
It's a genuinely scary film.
Little segue actually, if you've got an Xbox, original Xbox, or a PlayStation 2,
the game.
Get the game as well. The Thing.
That was an amazing game.
Really good game as well. In fact, I'd recommend the PS2 version. I think the Xbox version has got a few bugs in it. Yeah, try the PS2 one. Really, really good game. Recommended. You can check it out if you can. It might even be on PC actually, I'm not sure. But yeah, give it a look.
It
should be quite easy to get hold of.
Yeah, John Carpenter's The Thing, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I loved it. And that wraps up our top 5 best and worst remakes or reboots.
Yeah.
What are yours? What remakes and reboots do you like? What remakes and reboots do you absolutely cannot stand? Comment below, tell us what you think.
Yeah, please.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, visit our website at www.supernerdsuk.com. If you've got anything you think you can help us with, maybe you want to write a blog for us, write an article, or want to send in images. I know we're getting a lot of cosplayers following us at the moment. So.
Alright, okay.
So want to tell us what you're up to? Get in touch. And we'll tell we'll tell our 142 followers what you're up to. No, we're really enjoying making the videos. Hope you're enjoying watching them. And don't forget, if there's something that you want to ask us or you want something you want us to discuss, tell us, because we want to make the films that you want to watch, the videos that you want to watch.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you. See you next time.